This cult classic parody film from the legendary English comedy troupe Monty Python was a box office success, earning more than 12 times its small $400,000 budget. And with those sales, it became the most successful British film released in America following its April 1975 premiere. The 91-minute narrative is generally a parody of King Arthur's quest to find the Holy Grail during the Middle Ages, but the story bounces around quite a bit and often contains more than its fair share of anachronistic jokes. Truthfully, the PG-13 rated story amounts to little more than a series of loosely connected sketches set in and around some English castles. Weird animated intertitles, a trademark of Monty Python's sketch comedy TV show, are sprinkled throughout the plot to fill in gaps left by this disjointed story. Fortunately, the group of actors, each of whom play about 8 separate characters, do an outstanding job with the material. Graham Chapman, John Cleese, Eric Idle, Terry Gilliam, Terry Jones, and Michael Palin are experts at their craft, and their impeccable timing, sharp writing, and brilliant delivery is what really makes this film.
Brave, brave Concord! You shall not have died in vain!
I'm not quite dead, sir.
Well, you shall not have been mortally wounded in vain!
I think I could pull through, sir.
Oh, I see.
Actually, I think I'm all right to come with you, sir.
No, no, sweet Concord, stay here. I will send help as soon as I've accomplished a daring and heroic rescue in my own particular...
Idiom, sir?
Idiom!
No, I feel fine, actually.
Farewell, sweet Concord!
I'll just stay here then, shall I, sir?
The majority of the laughs are derived from the extremely memorable and quotable dialogue, rather than sight gags or pratfalls. Indeed, the film literally opens with a subtitle joke regarding a Norwegian moose of some sort. Bookended by slow dips to black, each scene plays out like a self-contained sketch, many of which have become rather famous since. There's the hilarious question and answer session regarding the methods of proper witch hunting, a rescue effort that sees Cleese murdering everyone in sight with reckless abandon, a debate on the airspeed of unladen African swallows, and of course, the knights who say knee. The only such sequence that isn't quite on par with the brilliance of the others is a drawn-out bit involving horny maidens locked away in a castle, that even breaks the fourth wall to ask audiences if this scene should have been cut. And honestly, they probably should have. I would be remiss, however, if I didn't mention my favorite scene, when Cleese dons a suit of armor as the Black Knight, who persists on sword fighting even after losing 3 of his limbs, playfully defending, "Just a flesh wound?" Unable to afford real horses because of their shoestring budget, a recurring gag involving coconuts is used instead with fabulous results. The lack of money wasn't always advantageous though, as there are notable deficiencies with the lighting, making it hard to see the actors' faces at times. An oft-repeated chunk of trumpet-laden music by Neil Innes does give the film a more regal quality, however. Although the movie's pace is very inconsistent, some scenes linger far longer than they should, the laughs are plentiful and the experience is a delightful one. Fans of tongue-in-cheek British humor will absolutely adore this film, but I suspect most of them have already seen this classic. Monty Python and the Holy Grail is a rewatchable collection of hilarious moments from comedy legends. Now let's see what you had to say about the movie in the YouTube comments. With some of you calling this the funniest British film ever made, your scores average to a 9 out of 10. I simply love this picture, but there's also little semblance of a story, especially with its rushed ending, so I can't quite award it my top score. I thought it was awesome too.